Hey everybody, it's Markwell Cade, your favorite neighborhood lawyer with Cade Mark Law, back with another free resource for you. Today, we're gonna talk about what you should do when you wanna use a protected copyright or trademark. The first thing you're gonna wanna do if you wanna use a protected copyright or trademark is figure out who owns it. Now, there are several ways you can go about doing this, but generally speaking, you can look for an image credit if it's an image that you're using. You can look for contact details on anything that you're trying to take. You can look for a watermark on the picture. You can look for an image's metadata or any type of other metadata associated with the copyrighted or trademarked item that you're trying to use. You can do a reverse image search on Google. You can search the US Copyright Office. And if in doubt, don't use it. If you can't figure out the owner, don't try to track down who owns the photo. Unless it's super sensitive, find something else. Finding something else can be a great alternative to getting yourself in jeopardy with a copyright infringement notice or a notice of infringing on a trademark. You don't want to deal with these issues. So the best way to avoid this is to just go ahead and check who owns the item. And if you don't know, avoid using it. The next thing you're going to want to do after you figure out the owner is ask for permission to use the item. You can consult a lawyer when doing this, but reach out to the owner. Ask, can I use this? Tell them what you're using it for. If you're using it for a blog, tell them so. If you're using it for a new composition, tell them so. Asking for permission can be a great way from preventing any future trouble that you may get into when you use someone's protected work. The next thing you're going to want to do is license it. Now, this kind of goes in tandem with asking for permission to use the protected work, but providing an incentive to the owner can be a great way to get that permission you need and allow your use of the protected work. Don't worry, if negotiations fail, if providing that incentive to the owner isn't enough to get the permission to use the item, if you can't figure out who the owner is or you never hear back from the owner, use something else. There are plenty of free resources out there for unprotected works or for works that are freely available for anyone to use. Using these resources can fill that gap, provide you with what you need, and prevent any future issues that may come up with copyright infringement. Or develop your own IP. Developing your own IP can be a great way to fill that gap, and it's your own content. Not only are you building the identity and brand of your business, you're creating an opportunity to provide more revenue. You're giving yourself an opportunity to stay ahead of the game. You don't have to ask for permission in the future. This is something you own, something you created, something you designed. Of course, there may be certain situations where you have to use the protected work. What if it's the only one available? What if it's capturing a specific event and it's the only one that exists? In these instances, it's best to consult a lawyer on your use of the item. They can help you with things like fair use maybe being a possibility, or other alternatives that may allow your use of this work even though you don't have that permission. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. This has been what you should do if you want to use a protected work. I am Markwell Cade with Cade Mark Law, your favorite neighborhood lawyers. Protect your brand, grow your business. Stay frosty, my friends. We'll see you next time.